Okay, g'day guys. Okay, what I'm doing, I've got so many helmets here, as you can see over there. I've got 16 Second World War helmets there, because I've got Korean down the bottom there, 4 Korean, and then I've got another Korean down there. Got a Japanese helmet there, and then these are my 2 Ingersoll Vietnam War helmets. Now, every week I'll be talking about one of my helmets and the little story how I got them like. Now this one here, I saw this at a market in Thailand, which where I live now, and this was going for 100 bahts. Now 100 bahts pretty cheap. I'm not too sure what it is in US dollars, but I shall put it up on the screen. And I said to the man, I said, oh, that's a nice helmet. And they go, oh, good, Vietnam War. I thought, oh, let me have a look. And I could see by the texture on here, you know, it's all like a bloated cork, and sort of like, you can see where the corks come off, and you got that effect there. And I thought, well, hang on now, that is Second World War. And the way to have a look as well is the seam at the front there. If it's a front seam join, then you know straight away, and then you can see the stainless steel on the edging there. So I thought to myself, hang on, that is Second World War. I want that. So I offered him 100 baht, and he was quite happy. So I come home and had a look, and of course, you know, each helmet's got a heat stamp, the American ones. So what I did, I rubbed down the heat stamp a little bit. I don't like doing it, but you know, I always want to know sort of like what year it is, even though people say the heat stamps are not the year. They are the year, but then they said it's the stamp of the metal, but to me it's still like, it's kind of like that time, you know. You just want to know this helmet, if it's early, you know. It could have been with the helmets over in Thailand. You see, a lot of these were reissued into the Vietnam War. Second World War helmets issued to Vietnam War. So this one might have seen Second World War, Korean War, and Vietnam War. Now, that's a good thing about getting the helmets over here in Thailand, because they've just probably seen so much action, you know, and you know that they come out of America and they came over here, they come to another country, and that's what I like about it, you see. So what I'll do, I'll just take the liner out and I'll show you inside. Okay guys, just take the liner out, and as you can see there, I'll get really close in there, it says 92C. There you go. So that will say about 1941 to 42, and I do not know what that C40 means. It's in the back of the helmet as well. I'm not too sure if that's like a soldier's laundry number or what. I'm not too sure. But this helmet is pretty good. There's hardly any rust on it really. There's no rust. It's just got a little stress crack at the back there, but nothing to worry about. And yeah, as you can see, it's quite nice. It's got the original colour, and I must show you. Okay, inside here. Right, you're saying, well, hang on, how can that be a 1941 to 42 when they're fixed bales? Well, I'll tell you what, all the helmets that you see in Thailand, they've been reissued into the Vietnam War. So obviously, they've taken the fixed bales off and they've fitted with the swivel bales. So that's why it's got this one on. And sometimes if you look very closely, you can see like on the side, where most probably the fixed bale was, it's quite rough just there. The other one's probably there. Now, you see the little punch hole up on the rim here? So there's a little punch hole there. Now that is another thing to look for when you want to know for an early helmet. You can see a punch hole there. They punch the holes there. So when they fix the bales on, the fixed ones, they had that as a guideline where it will go to fix the bale. Okay, they didn't do that when they put the swivels on. Later helmets, they just knew where to put them and just put them on. But every time you see a punch hole in the rim where the bales will be, you know it's going to be an early helmet. Now you go and have a look at your 1960 helmets and see there's a punch hole there. You will not see one. You'll only see one in early helmets, and that will just show you that you know, it was a fixed bile. So you just see above that there. You can just see the weld from the old one there. Okay, and that side's got a punch hole as well. Can you see the punch hole just there? So you just go and have a look at your later helmets, like 1940s, 1944 helmet. You will not see the punch hole there, okay? And yeah, this has got a stainless steel rim. That's pretty good though. And at the front of the helmet, there must have been something on there. I don't know if that could have been put on some sort of badge or something. Second World War, and then they took it off for the Vietnam issue. I'm not too sure, but sometimes when I put some lighting on it, it comes up with, you can like see some, but you know what? It's pretty hard to see, but it's definitely something was there. If you look at the whole helmet, there was something there. Yeah, it's got the cork effect all over it, so got a little bit of rust coming through there, but you know, it's just surface rust. But yeah, if I come further back, you can't really see it. You know, it's so it's a pretty good helmet. And what I do, I tag all my helmets. I find out the heat stamp and I put them there. So then, you know, because if it like later on it gets a bit rusty on there, I won't be able to see it. Well, then I've got it written down here, you know. Yeah, so that's it's got the original colour inside. Olive drab. It's the faded look, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can see actually. I don't really like rubbing it down, but you know, I love to know what history is. You know, what you know. I wonder if there's anything underneath there. You know, sometimes I see like a bubbling bubble paint, and you know, when you rub it, you find like someone's name underneath. I've done that with one of my helmets over there, and yeah, look, I'll just show you. Obviously, I'll be doing this one some other time. This one here. See, we see like double bubble paint. Then you rub it, and then I've seen some more somewhere around here. But kind of there. What's underneath there? That could be writing there underneath that bit there. So there you go. But I'll do that another time. That one. Yeah. So when I buy helmets in Thailand, I always just see the shell. It's really hard to get the liners. I mean, I got the liner down here. This is the liner that I bought. Well, it's got a hole in front. They say it's Second World War when you got the eyelet there. You see that something sort of swivel around on there. So it's kind of beaten up as well. So I'll just bung it in there, and it's got stamped on the bottom. I think it says just US and then a number as well. So I'll put those two together, and then here I've got these helmet straps, liner straps. I think they are old, but they're not Second World War. I'm not too sure. I've got quite a lot of them. See if you see up here, you see. They're not Second World War. They're just most probably old Thai ones. I'm not sure, but they haven't got an anchor on. They haven't got any indication saying, you know, like they haven't got the dot or the United stamped on them. They're just plain simple strap. That kind of, it does fit on there as well, so I'll put them on there. All looks the part, you know. Well, anyway, that's my helmet number one, my very first helmet I bought, and it was a 92C, which is 1941 to 42. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and the next one I'll show this one up here next time. There you go. Okay, I'll catch you guys later.